Modern horror has been constantly outperforming every other genre in terms of box office performance in the past few years. We're living in a time where final girls are the real monster and the jump scares are smarter. Today, we are going to be ranking the royalty that is making it happen, the directors and actors who have worked hard to dethrone the icons of the 80s. Stick around to see who gets the #1 spot because that director just signed a deal that is going to change the modern horror genre forever. Let's start this off by talking about the magicians behind the camera. You can't have a conversation about modern horror without bringing up the A24 effect. Slow burn dread is the cornerstone of modern horror. Cheap jump scares have been swapped out for the suffocating atmosphere where horror is used as a metaphor for grief, trauma, or family dysfunction. At #4, you have the therapist of the modern world, Mike Flanagan. Most horror directors make you want to crawl out of your skin and go into hiding, but Mike likes to make you cry before he snaps a character's neck. Flanagan utilizes the lens of emotional horror to tell his story. In his works, ghosts are metaphors for trauma, addiction, and the grief we carry around with us in our daily lives. If I were to recall my experience of watching The Haunting of Hill House, it was cathartic. I know some of you are shaking your heads in disbelief right now, but it's true. Many who have watched it will agree with me. Midnight Mass is another Flanagan favorite of mine. If somehow you've been living under a rock all this time and haven't seen it either, please go rectify that at once. Mike Flanagan has also earned himself the title of King of Adaptations. Initially, he started with original stories, but as of 2026, around 75% of his work is adaptations of the works of famous authors such as Shirley Jackson and Stephen King. He is currently working on an 8-episode television series for Carrie, developed for Amazon Prime and expected to release in October 2026. He has also been trusted with the daunting task of developing the multi-season Dark Tower project. There is no official release date for it yet, but it's very unlikely that we will see it anytime in 2026. If you're into modern horror rankings like this, subscribe. We've got more lists like this coming your way. And if you want another horror ranking after this, check out our 11 horror movies over 1 million watched on Letterboxd. It overlaps with some of the names and movies horror fans keep circling back to. Coming in at #3 is Robert Eggers. This man is so dedicated to historical accuracy that he probably wouldn't let an actor on set unless they smelled like the 17th century. Whether it's the folk horror of The Witch or the claustrophobic madness of The Lighthouse, Eggers is the king of atmosphere. He doesn't just direct period pieces, they are historically accurate reconstructions with a touch of horror. His formula of sensory immersion, period typical vocabulary, and psychological pressure is tried and true and works flawlessly every time. When Nosferatu crossed $180 million at the box office, Eggers broke the long-standing opinion of the critics. They had always labeled his work as too niche or too obsessed with historical accuracy for it to ever go mainstream. The success of 2024's Nosferatu proves them all wrong. Eggers refused to water down his vision to cater to the masses and showed that high-concept horror isn't something that can only be enjoyed by the indie crowd. It's for everyone. At #2, we have Ari Aster. If you like your horror to make you want your therapist immediately after, then Aster is your guy. Nothing made me crave professional help faster than my first Hereditary watch. It's a film that stays in your bones. He is the master architect of trauma in the industry. Whether it's exploring grief in a dysfunctional family or a flowery cult, Aster has proven to you that you are not safe from the horrors, even in broad daylight. What sets Aster apart from his contemporaries is his refusal to rely on cheap jump scares. Instead, he traps you in this suffocating atmosphere of grief and anxiety, forcing you to sit with it until it becomes unbearable. Aster's goal isn't to scare you, it is to carve a permanent mark on your psyche. And he isn't slowing down anytime either. After the success of Beau is Afraid, he released Eddington starring Joaquin Phoenix and Emma Stone, proving that even in the middle of the pandemic, there is existential horror to be found. He's currently working on The Drama, a project starring Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. It's a psychological thriller that focuses on a couple whose relationship unravels just before their wedding. It is slated to release in the US on April 3rd, 2026. Here's the trailer if you want to check it out. And this is where the ranking gets harder because now we're moving from pure atmosphere into directors who changed how modern horror feels. But the top spot has gone to Jordan Peele. Non-horror enthusiasts know him from Key and Peele on Comedy Central. Going from sketch comedy to visceral horror is a career pivot few see coming. It's like if Michael Jordan quit basketball to pursue a career in figure skating. Peele is a master of the socially surgical. Get Out is not just a horror movie. It is a masterful surgery of the polite racism of modern society. Sometimes the scariest thing in a movie isn't the ghost, it's other people. Get Out was made on a $4.5 million budget and it earned $255 million worldwide, which is a return on investment most don't even dare to dream about. Us in 2019 and Nope in 2022 showcased similar successes, which has of course made us excited for his next project, which is thus far untitled. It was originally planned for 2024, but that date was later dropped, and the project currently has no official release window. What you can check out though is Him from 2025. It's a sports horror thriller focusing on the story of a rookie football player, Cameron, who has big ambitions. Marlon is played by Tyreek Withers, known for his work in Atlanta from 2016 and I Know What You Did Last Summer from 2025. Cameron's dreams are crushed when he suffers a career-ending injury after being attacked by a crazy fan. Just when Cameron thinks all has been lost, a lifeline comes to him in the form of his legendary quarterback hero, Isaiah White, who offers to train him at his isolated compound. However, Cameron soon comes to realize that this boon is actually a bane, a golden ticket that will cost him more than his career is worth. Before we move on to the actors, which of these four directors would you trust enough to buy a ticket without even seeing the trailer? A script is only as good as the people bringing it to life. Actors can make or break a movie. In modern horror, because actors have to telegraph the intensity of the scene or theme with just their faces, picking the right one is key. Starting out at number 4, we have Maika Monroe. You probably remember her from It Follows, but she rose to fame once again after her performance in Longlegs from 2024 alongside Nicolas Cage. Maika has this ability to make sure that when she's being watched, you feel that too. Her role as the rookie and socially awkward FBI agent was played so well that not for a minute were you tricked into thinking that this was a procedural crime drama. She embodies dread in such a subtle yet impactful way. We'll get to see more of her this year because as of March 2026, we have received confirmation that they are filming the sequel They Follow. Maika herself has stated that the script is darker and boundary pushing, which does make us wonder what's in store. Like the other actors on this list, Maika is going to be a regular face in the modern horror genre. At number 3, we have Bill Skarsgård. If there's one thing about Bill is that he will do the most, truly. His filmography at a glance seems very random, but trust me when I say this man knows what he's doing. Hemlock Grove, Castle Rock, Deadpool 2, Barbarian, Bill continues to do it all. It takes a special type of person to take Tim Curry's Pennywise and make it 10 times scarier. He made Pennywise into a predatory animal that made your skin crawl and break out in sweat. You could almost say that he has some monster DNA of his own because he keeps giving performance after performance. Skarsgård's performance in Eggers' adaptation of Nosferatu just cemented the fact that Bill Skarsgård is your guy whenever you want to present a monster that will cement itself into the minds of the viewers. At number 2, we have Anya Taylor-Joy. If you have watched the 2025 satirical thriller Sacrifice, you'll know exactly why she's here. The ambush scene excellently captures her power. As Joan, she leads a group of radicals to storm a gala. The way she commands the room is incredible. Her cold cult leader intensity is balanced with her fangirl persona the moment she locks eyes with Chris Evans. Anya does not need to scream in order to inspire terror. She can use her iconic and expressive eyes to let you know the world is about to change. From her breakout performance in The Witch, in which she plays an innocent lamb, to a terrifying cult leader figure in Sacrifice, Anya has proven she can play both ends of the spectrum, aggressor and victim. She brings her own intense touch to her projects. Her eyes do most of the work. They're wide, piercing, and bore into your soul in ways that are hard to shake off. But taking the top spot is Mia Goth, the face of 2020's modern horror. Her unhinged dedication to Ty West's X trilogy needs to be studied. Many Scream Queens are defined by how well they survive the killer, but Mia goes one step forward and proves to us that she can be the killer, victim, and visionary all rolled into one. That legendary 9-minute monologue at the end of Pearl, absolutely devastating work. What sets her apart from her peers is the fact that she not only acted out the script given to her, she co-wrote the screenplay for Pearl with Ty West. They both developed the script over FaceTime during quarantine with the aim to create a backstory for her character. In X, she did what few actors her age would seldom try to attempt. She played Maxine, the final girl and the elderly murderous antagonist in Pearl. Through this, she forced us, the audience, to confront the possibility that what sets our heroes apart from our monsters is a very thin line. Goth treats projects with the same reverence as one affords an Oscar-caliber drama. Her commitment to her craft has forced critics to take slasher movies seriously again. We might have ranked them today, but modern horror changes fast, and a few years from now, this list could look completely different. If you want more rankings like this, jump into our horror ranking playlist next. That's the list.